My wife stormed in with her attorney, demanding access. The court granted it.
They opened the vault, and instead of money, they found every
The day my
lie.
marriage truly ended didn't begin with a fight or a slow emotional drift or even a hint of tension. No, it began in a bland bank lobby while I was reading an article on quantum entanglement. It was a Tuesday morning, sun spilling through the tall windows, everything calm and ordinary. Then the glass doors burst open and my wife, Rachel, stormed in with her attorney. Her heels snapped across the marble floor as she waved a court order like she'd won a championship. She demanded the vault be opened immediately, smiling like she was about to claim buried treasure. I didn't even look up from my magazine. I already knew this moment was coming. My father prepared me for it long before she ever did. 2 years earlier, after my father passed away, he left behind something more valuable than money. He left structure. He believed in keeping wealth invisible, hidden behind quiet paperwork, trusts, and corporations with boring names. He built a financial maze of offshore accounts no one talked about anymore, and assets that only made sense if you understood the decades of strategy behind them. He didn't explain it to me step by step. He just left a spreadsheet with one locked cell and a handwritten note clipped to it. It said, "Only unlock if they come for you." I understood immediately. Someone would come one day. At first, I didn't think it would be Rachel. When I told her the probate process was underway, she acted completely uninterested. She never asked about numbers, never snooped around my office, never seemed to care, until she did. It started small. Papers on my desk were slightly out of place. Drawers were open just an inch differently than I left them. My stapler, which I always keep on the left, was mysteriously on the right side of the desk. These were tiny things, but they were signals. Then she got bolder. She went through my cloud backups, trying old passwords, digging through scanned PDF documents from years ago. She even attempted to install a keylogger on my computer, hiding the file under the ridiculous name caxnotes222.pdf. She wasn't subtle. She was desperate. I decided to confront her, but gently, I asked if she was looking for something. She just snapped, accusing me of keeping secrets from her, of hiding my family's wealth. The truth was simpler, and I told her what my father always said: trust wasn't needed for inheritance, patience was. She hated that line. She moved into the guest room the next week. From there, things escalated quickly. She started talking about refinancing properties we owned, suggesting we should manage the estate together for transparency. She'd make casual remarks about her right to half of everything as if it were a foregone conclusion. None of it worked because nothing was accessible the way she assumed. The assets weren't in a simple checking account or a pile of stock certificates. They were woven into a complex legal tapestry that couldn't be unraveled with a simple demand. So she switched tactics. One morning I found a sticky note on the fridge. All it said was, "Filing next week." "Hope you've got a good layer." I did. But I had something much better. I had preparation. My father taught me that wealth attracts deception, and the only real defense is documentation. Quiet, patient, meticulous documentation. Months before she even left that note, I saw where this was headed. I hired a private investigator who specialized in analyzing digital patterns, all legally and meticulously, of course. He gathered time-stamped ATM withdrawals, documented suspicious meetings she had with her cousin Diana, and tracked cash movements that painted a clear picture of her plan to build a hidden fund for herself. She thought she was playing chess, but every move she made was being recorded, printed, and dated. When she finally filed for divorce, she came out swinging. Her petition was filled with dramatic accusations, claiming I was hiding assets, that I had secret vaults stuffed with inheritance money. She walked straight into the trap she'd set for herself. Inside the courtroom, her attorney put on a performance worthy of Broadway. He made dramatic accusations, pounded the table demanding access to my secret vaults, and declared that I was a master of deception. He had no idea that my side was being quiet for a reason. When the judge finally looked at my lawyer and asked if we objected to their demand to access the safe deposit box, my lawyer simply stood up and said, "No objection, Your Honor. We'll help." Rachel's face lit up. She thought my lack of resistance meant she had won. She didn't realize it meant I wanted her inside that vault even more than she did. The judge, seeing no conflict, granted immediate access. Back at the bank, I handed her lawyer the key, a simple brass key with a red tag, the vault number clearly printed. Rachel whispered to him, loud enough for me to hear, "That's it. He's been hiding everything there." Her lawyer puffed up his chest with confidence, promising the judge it would all be inventoried by Monday. I just smiled and told him to bring gloves. He laughed at me. Monday morning, I sat in the exact same lobby chair, reading the same magazine. They went back with the bank manager, excitement buzzing around them. I just waited. It didn't take long. First, I heard the heavy sound of the drawer opening, followed by a long, deep silence. It wasn't the satisfied kind of silence. It was the terrified kind. Then her attorney's panicked shout echoed from the vault. "Don't touch anything." The banker came out first, his face pale. Her attorney staggered out next, sweating profusely. Rachel followed last, her confidence completely gone, her face a mask of disbelief. She just whispered, "What did you do?" Inside Vault 917 wasn't money. It wasn't gold bars or bearer bonds or any inheritance. It was her downfall. Neatly organized in labeled folders was every piece of evidence of her scheme. There were time-stamped photos of her meetings, bank records of the fraudulent accounts she'd opened, and screenshots of text messages with her cousin Diana planning how to bleed me dry. We had audio recordings of her admitting she married me for money and was just waiting to find where everything was hidden before she left. Every shred of evidence was admissible. Every document was legally obtained. Every lie she had told was now buried neatly inside the very box she fought so hard to open. The worst part for her, the absolute final nail in the coffin, was the forensic analyst's full report. It was a month-by-month breakdown of her activities. Every suspicious deposit, every forged signature, every secret trip, and all the digital footprints that tied her to every single scheme. Her attorney, shaking, turned to me and whispered, "Where did all this come from?" I just looked at him and said, "She was looking for my inheritance. She just found hers." The case was over before it ever really began. My father's greatest lesson wasn't about protecting money. It was about understanding that the best defense is letting people reveal who they truly are. And sometimes you just have to give them the key to do it. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, you know how important it is to be prepared. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.